In this video, we're going to learn how to use the jQuery UI to create accordions. What's an accordion? An accordion is a set of document sections, each section consisting of a header and some content inside a div. These sections, they can be collapsed and expanded as we like. Okay, so first we will create the accordion inside the Facebook div. So the accordion needs to be contained inside a div. Okay, so our div is going to be the Facebook div, and we're going to be creating our sections. So each section consists of a header and a div. Okay, so let's put some text there. So section 1, and let's have a paragraph inside the div saying content 1, for example. So you're just going to copy paste these so that we have a second section and a third section. So section 2, content 2, and then section 3, content 3. Okay, now to create the accordion, we are going to write some code. So we will need to access the containing div, which is Facebook, and we will use the accordion method. Okay, so if we refresh the page now, so we can see that we've got an accordion. Okay, and we can expand and collapse the sections as we like. Only thing, we will change the styling of Facebook. So we need to set the height to auto so that it looks better. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna have a look at some of the options of the accordion method. First, we notice that if we expand a certain section, we cannot collapse it. Okay. So one way of doing that is making sure that we can collapse all the sections is by using an option is called collapsible. And if we set it to true, we can make sure that all the sections we can collapse all of them basically. Okay, so basically we can collapse everything. Okay. There is another thing we can look at. It's the icons that show next to the headers. So at the moment we can see the default icon. So it changes depending on whether the section is open or closed. We can change those using another option. It's called icons. And we need to specify a couple of things here. So we need to tell the browser what icon we need to use for the section for the header when it's collapsed, and that one is going to be header. And the next one is going to be header or active header, which will tell what icon we use when the section is expanded. So to use icons, we can go to the theme roller, and if you scroll down, you can see a list of icons there, and you can just choose any icon you want. So if we choose, for example, the header as this one, okay, so let's write the name of the icon. So it's UI icon circle arrow E. Okay, we don't need the dots for the class, we just need the name of the icon. Okay, and the next one is similar. The only thing that changes is the last letter, so we'll just change the last letter to S. Okay, let's refresh and make sure it's working. Yes, it is working. So now we're using the new icons. Okay. Okay, so one other thing, let's make the contents of the first section bigger. So if we add more content in there, let's just see what happens. So if we expand this section, we can see that it's showing all the content. And also, if we expand the next section, actually it shows the content of the section and some white space here. So what's happening here is that all the sections, they show the same height of the biggest one, which is this one. So to avoid that, there is an option we can use. We can set the height style to content. So height style, set that to content. And now we will see that the sections, they will take as much space as they need. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, we'll have a look at something else. We'll just place the accordion inside another containing div, so that we can resize the accordion. Okay, so we're gonna do we're gonna place the Facebook div inside another div. So we're just gonna cut all this section, put it inside a new div. Okay, and let's give this div an ID. So we're going to call it resizer. Okay, because we want that one to be resizable, and also we're going to give it a class. And as it's a containing div, we're going to go and have a look at the classes we can use for containing divs. So we're going to go to the API documentation, and if you go to theming, CSS framework, we can see here a list of styling of classes we can use for different elements. And if you look at the widgets containers, there are a few ones here, and we're going to go for this one. So if you use that one, okay. Now we're going to write some JavaScript code so that we can make the containing div resizable. So if you remember, we've done in the resizable session. So we're going to access the div we want to make resizable using its ID, for instance, in our case, and its resizer. Okay, and we're going to use the method resizable. Okay, now it is resizable. And then we want to make sure that once we resize the containing div, the accordion just refreshes and takes the new dimensions. So we're going to use an option inside the resizable method, and this option is going to be resize. So we need to know what happens once we resize the containing div. And what we need to place here is a function. So what's going to happen is, once the div is resized, this function is going to be executed. So the statements we need inside the function is to access the Facebook div, which contains the accordion, and we're going to use the accordion method, but this time we're going to use another parameter inside the accordion. It's called refresh. And what's happening is, once we resize the containing div, the dimensions of the accordion are going to change according to the resized containing div. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so the reason why we've seen here is because we don't have the proper height style value. So if we set that to fill, now we can see that if we resize the containing div, we can see that the accordion gets resized accordingly. Okay.